Good afternoon. Welcome to the afternoon experiment. My name is Emanuel Livingston. Oh, hold on, let me put that up there. My name is Emanuel Livingston. I'm with you until probably about 5 o'clock. Probably about 5 o'clock. Even though technically I was here later yesterday, so I'm nah, probably about 5 o'clock. Uh, Let me go ahead and get this part in. Get it done early so we can move on. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Robert Willis. Anthony, good afternoon. Anthony's representing the Wood. Sea Breeze, was checking in from Boston, representing Boston. Can't beat that. We got Scott in the house. Scott's representing West Walnut Hills. Um, Carolyn, good afternoon, Carolyn. Good afternoon. Ron in the house. Good afternoon, Ron. Let's see. We got Mary. Mary in the house representing White Oak. Good afternoon, Mary. Lewis representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. Uh, Let me see. Tria. Tria in the house representing Columbia Township. Thank you for joining the show, ma'am. Let's see. We got Crystal. Crystal in the house, representing the Christ Hospital. I learned yesterday. I didn't know what TCH meant. Dwayne in the house, representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. We got Brent. Brent representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Regina representing Madisonville. Good afternoon, Regina. David in the house representing Hebron. Good afternoon. Uh, Got Blade in the house. Good afternoon, Blade. Good afternoon. LaDonna. LaDonna, good afternoon. Representing East Price Hill. Says she being shook. Oh, what's got you shooken? Or shaked? Deborah in the house representing Forest Park. Good afternoon, Deborah. Good afternoon. All right, that's everybody so far. Ben. Ben representing Pleasant Ridge. Good afternoon, Ben. Good afternoon. I think that's about it. That's about it. Blade keeps. I don't know what Blade is doing. I don't know what Blade is doing. Welcome to the show. I don't have a lot going on today because I didn't plan on being here. I didn't plan on being here. I was supposed to. I had an appointment. Supposed to start at 2:45. I was getting ready to walk out the house at around. I don't even remember what time it was. Whatever time it was that I posted that I would be here. It was close to 2. 1:30, 1:45, something like that. I was getting ready to walk out the house. Got a text asking if I could move the appointment to tomorrow. So I said sure, which thus I'm here. So I won't be here tomorrow because I have an appointment tomorrow. But I appreciate y'all hanging with me. So yeah, no, I didn't even listen to the Lincoln Ware show today. I think I tuned in for just a few moments. Like I might have been there for 5 minutes. I heard most of the conversation with Elijah. That's it. That's about all I heard. Most of the conversation with Elijah, and then I was gone. So I don't know what he talked about. I listened to Wyatt. I heard him talking about that was a little on the heavy side because I don't ever want to go to prison. So I heard him talking about that. Um, but other than that, I saw a few stories that I wanted to discuss, but that's really I don't have a whole lot. So if y'all got anything y'all wanted to discuss, we'll call today open, like every other day. We'll call today open, and we can discuss whatever it is you want to discuss. As always, the number 513-717-5464. That's the number to get on board. Let me finish up these hellos. A few more people have come in. Lonzo in the house. Good afternoon. Representing Madville, Madisonville. Good afternoon. We got we already got a call coming in. Hold on. All right, hold on just a second. Let me finish with these hellos. We got Kim in the house. Good afternoon, Kim. We got Jabbar in the house. Good afternoon, Jabbar. Uh, Walter Bradley. Good afternoon. I already said Carolyn, LaDonna. T. Mikey G in the house. Good afternoon. Representing Avondale. Butler Brown. Butler Brown in the house, representing Cartersville, Georgia. We got Pamela in the house, representing North Avondale. And I think that's about it. All right. Well, we got a phone call in, so let's get to the phone. Key, how are you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? How are you today?
I'm doing all right. And you?
Okay, I'm good. I didn't know if that was you or not. Cause did you have the same shirt on yesterday when you were trying to go live, or you just got a collection of them color shirts?
This is actually a totally different color shirt. The one
Is
yesterday,
it?
well, the one yesterday is, I guess,
Is in the
technically
family?
gold, and the one today is orange.
Oh, is it come off looking gold?
So they're
I
different.
thought you were
Yeah,
trying to
they're
make up for
different.
yesterday.
I don't like this one. The material on this one, this is like a tri-blend, and it's too flimsy of a material. I like 100% cotton shirts, but I ordered this shirt for somebody who wanted me to do a job and they wanted a sample. And I never just get one shirt because sometimes, mistakes happen. So I think I got like four. I got four shirts because they wanted two different samples and two different sizes. So I got four shirts, and I don't like this tri-blend. But no, it's not the same shirt.
Oh, okay. So what happened yesterday? You was having technical difficulties, and you just said you would try again.
No,
Hey, Kira.
I did
Hey,
the whole
Kim.
show yesterday.
Hey, Scott.
I did.
Oh, okay. Because for some reason it was weird. Like I don't know if you remember. I watch on YouTube. So the show kept like glitching and stuff. And then you like, let me come back, and then it started setting like a pre-notification, letting saying like you was gonna go on at such and such time. It had that on two separate lives, and I was like, okay, what's going on here?
Well,
So it
no,
was doing something weird on
I
YouTube
came back
yesterday.
on. I did the entire show. I don't know what happened. There was one of the YouTube channels seemed to be having a problem, the Afternoon
Yeah.
Experiment YouTube channel, but I
Yeah,
know I
that's
was
why you
live
watch on.
on my personal YouTube page.
Oh, okay. So you was on the okay, because that's why I was on the afternoon experiment. So I got to go to the Emanuel YouTube page and then watch the whole show.
Yes.
Okay.
Or the
All
Facebook
righty. Okay.
page.
Hey, Kim, you know I don't do no Facebook. Hey, Anthony.
Oh, as a matter of fact, hold on, let me look. Let me look here. Okay, it looks like we're streaming on all of the channels today. So everything looks good. So, yes.
Yeah, I'm watching you on YouTube. Yep. Yep. So where have you been, man? You think just 'cause your grandbaby on vacation, you gonna take you a vacation? What happened? What's been going on? Why you
I
been
I went
MIA?
through that whole story. See,
Oh, I missed it. I see
yeah, I went
because
through
I
that
was
whole
watching.
story. The,
Cause
the the short version is a whole lot of stuff came up last week. And one day I had a doctor's appointment. Um, one day I had
I heard
uh
about a car accident. I heard that.
well, yeah, but that was just one of the days. And then the other 3 days was me trying to get one bolt taken out of the car and put in by the shop, and they had some issues.
Oh, okay.
So,
All right. Well, I gotta go back and rewatch. Okay. But yeah, I was just saying hey and checking in, let you know I'm watching.
all right. Did you what's on your mind? What's going on out here in these
Um,
streets
what did you?
or
I don't know if
wherever?
you seen the video with. I don't know if he was the guy's basketball coach or teacher or some kind of coach that came up behind the boy and choked him, like took his sweater off and choked him with his sweater.
Oh,
Did you see
no.
that video?
No.
Yeah, it's
Where is that video?
I don't. Yeah, look it up and see if you can play it. But it's a video of a man. I can't remember if they said it was his coach, his teacher, or something. The boy was walking away or whatever, and the coach came up behind him, took off his hoodie that he was wearing, and put it around his neck and was choking him in the hallway. And they said like, as of now, the teacher ain't getting no charges against him. I was like, he looked like he's choking him with his sweater. He
Well,
just
wait a
took
minute.
off.
Hold
So it
on.
was crazy. Hey,
Looks like I
LaDon,
found it. Hold on. It's gonna
you
take
found
a
it?
minute for me to
Okay.
get it. and do everything that I need to do with it. Hold on.
Hey,
But
what's going on, Chelsea? I was about to ask, where Chelsea been at? You been MIA too, Chelsea. Chelsea said, forget that, I got a life.
it looked like he been fired, according to
And you know it's a 2-liter, Chelsea.
according to this. It looks like they're saying he was fired. But hold on,
Oh,
it's
did they? Because
it's
the last I heard he wasn't.
I'm
Wasn't no
I'm
charges.
I'm trying to download the video so that
Okay.
we can check it out. But no, I had not heard of that. See, that's why y'all should call me with this stuff. I don't be on the internet like that. I don't be on the internet like that.
I know
So
you was MIA. I don't know how to reach you. This number ain't working 24/7, is it? The 717?
it actually does work 24/7, but I'm not sitting here listening to
Oh,
it.
okay.
So
Okay, you ain't listening to. Okay.
okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, Chelsea. Do your
Let's
thing.
let's add show more. Add a video. Downloads. Go here. Let's open this video.
Had Rogers in the building. They said, "Good afternoon, Emanuel." He concentrating on the video, y'all.
Hold on. I'm trying to. I say I can't hear the video. Okay, hold on. Let me pause this. See, is there sound on this video? Are y'all hearing this?
I don't know if it's sound. And I don't want to turn mine up because then I ain't gonna be able to hear you on the phone.
He choking the shit out of it. I mean,
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, why is he doing that? Because they didn't, like, when they was talking about it on the news, they ain't say nothing about like, well, he's choking him, and they were just saying like the teacher reprimanded the student, and then he as far as now no charges. I'm like, what? I'm like, he trying to kill him, like, or put him unconscious or something.
why? Why is he choking him?
I don't even remember the story of what happened. They ain't really going into detail about why, like, what happened.
So he just walking up, put the shirt around his neck, and start choking it. According to the story that I'm looking at here, he was fired, which sounds reasonable that he would
Hey,
be
David
fired.
Henry.
That
Right.
sounds reasonable.
But see,
but
when they first talked about it on the news, they were saying like no, and I was like, what? I say no charges as of now. I say he clearly trying to choke the crap out of him.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was crazy. Cause you see him just walking past, so I don't know what he said or whatever. But apparently, whatever he said got him hot and bothered to where he trying to kill him.
Well, there's no excuse for that.
No, none.
There is no excuse
That's what
for
I'm
that.
saying. Like,
So,
yep. So that's the video I was talking about. That's what I seen. I was like, what in the heck is this crap? But yeah, what is it? It say Michigan. They choking.
That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Why do it keep trying to show me that? See, now I'm still trying to learn this new little system here. That should be gone. Okay, delete that. It should be gone. It's not allowing me to do what I want to.
Remember, we took care of a lot of people.
Stop. Why are we showing stuff? Okay, there we go. Well, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that. That was terrible.
You'll get it together. Hey, Lamont Jones. But yeah, that's what I had to say about that or whatever. And then what are you doing tomorrow? You going to the live? Hey, Jeannie. You going to Lincoln Ware live tomorrow?
No, I have somewhere to be.
Okay, you ain't going over there?
No, I have somewhere to be.
Oh, yeah, you got your appointment.
Yeah,
okay.
plus,
you
last
sure
time
they gonna cancel tomorrow?
No, I'm not sure, but I don't think so. But last time I went to the Lincoln Ware Live over there, I won a bottle of wine, which is still right here.
Uh-huh.
Got my bottle of wine. So last
Hey,
time I
thank you,
went, I
doctor.
won a bottle of wine and almost got unalived. So
Oh yeah, but who was that guy? Do he still is he still around? I forgot what was the guy name you was talking about that. But did he say he didn't say that?
no, he didn't do anything to me. We kind of back and forth a little bit. Here's what I've learned, Key. People don't like it when you correct them. Okay, they don't like it when you correct them, and basically that was the gist of that whole beef. He said something. He meant one thing, but he said something else, and I corrected him, and he didn't like it. That's about it.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess that'll do it then.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's all I got. I was just calling to say hey, checking on you, see what's going on. I'll let somebody else call in and see what's going on. But yeah, that's the video I saw of what was going on, and of course, just the other shootings around the city that's going on. That's the latest topics that's going on around Cincinnati.
Yeah, and people are looking for solutions that kind of don't exist. Yeah, and I talked about that yesterday too. Everybody wants that one solution, but whatever the solution is, it's definitely multifaceted, and but everybody seems to think they have the solution, but you don't.
So what you think? What's your solution? You think?
Again, I don't have a solution. There's a lot of things that need to be done. Sure,
Right.
I believe.
Well, not your solution. What's your I guess ideas
I don't.
or input?
I mean, of course, people need to be more selective with who they procreate with. Uh, if you having kids, I think kids should be
Yeah,
born.
Chelsea, don't forget to put 2 liter when you say Coke bottle. Chelsea be forgetting to say 2 liter. I'm sorry, man. You go ahead.
I think kids should be born and raised in two-parent households that are, have good morals, good values, financially stable, and all of that kind of stuff, so that mom and dad can pour good stuff into the child. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally poor, all that kind of stuff. I think that's one thing. I think as you're raising children, and you definitely should be teaching that, I think. But there's also other people out here who no matter how you raise your kids, there's some people out here who not raising their kids right, and so people have to reach out to them. Some people just gonna do bad, so we need good criminal justice reform. It's so much, like, even just trying to think of it, there's so much when you think about someone from birth to the point that they start causing issues or start being an issue. There's so many different variables that could happen. Now, and when I say two-parent households, that don't mean that a single dad can't raise a good child. It's just, but it's so much that goes into it that, no, I don't have an answer. I don't have some great idea to solve it. Everybody do their part. I do what
Right.
I do with some young people that I work with. I try to help other people as I can, to the best of my ability, and I don't really know what else to do but try to raise
Yeah.
I raised my children and try to help raise my grandchild uh, in a way that they become productive citizens in society, and that they're aware of what's going on. I don't want them to cause any victims, and I don't want them to be a victim. So for me, that's the
Right.
goal.
Right. Right. It's just like you said. It's just gonna take everybody from every source. You know what I mean? Like us, the police, the teacher, like everybody, the community centers, the government, the council, like everybody needs to be all hands in, hands on deck, because it's getting outrageous. So it's not going to just, like you say, be one solution or just be one set of people. It's got to be everybody from all walks of life or whatever, because this generation is like a uncaring generation that don't care about nobody. They don't care about themselves. They don't care if they live or die, and they definitely don't care if you live or die or your baby. So
Yeah.
it's a mess. But yep, but that's what's going on, Emmanuel. All right, well, I'll let somebody else get in. You enjoy the rest of your day. If you don't be on Wednesday, you gonna be on Thursday, or you don't know?
No, I
Just
fully
check
intend on
in.
being here Thursday and Friday.
Okay, why don't you do a morning live if you can't get in the afternoon, or that's not your cup of tea?
Yeah, no, that requires getting up early.
Right, you ain't gonna get up early for us.
No,
We come here and show you love.
no.
Whatever, Emmanuel.
I'm not a
All
morning
right, enjoy
person.
the rest. Okay, I
All
know,
right.
Grouchy Poo. All right, enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, Key.
Okay, bye.
All right. There was something else. I have no idea why would that. I don't know why that person would choke that other person. The teacher would choke the kid. There is a part of me that wants to say, sometimes, physical correction is necessary, but that didn't look to be one of those cases. And if you're an adult, and I'm telling you this, if you are an adult dealing with young people, children, teenagers, man, you got to keep your cool about you. You got to keep your cool about you. But honestly, I think that goes to that whole thing about power. It goes to that whole thing about power. Yeah, I know I always talk about the Stanford experiment or reference it, but I think being a person in a position of authority is kind of, the same as being the prison guard. And you get to a point where I got the authority. And who are you to question my authority? And I don't know what happened in that video. I'm just saying that whole power dynamic, if you don't keep yourself in check and you are the one with the power, you could easily overstep and do things you ain't got no business doing. And one of the things that always bothered me about my mama, I got family members watching, I got to be careful. You can't say negative stuff about your mama. It's not really negative. One thing that always bothered me about my mama is she believed teachers. My mama believed when they would call and say stuff about me, my mama would believe them. Like, why would they lie on you? They ain't lying on you. Sometimes they would be. Sometimes teachers lie. Sometimes people in positions of authority lie. And lose their temper. They don't know how to handle, and they just, they like the rest of us. You got a little smart aleck fifth grader correcting you on stuff in front of everybody. Now you embarrassed. Now you got to make up some reason why, they're the problem, and then they go to the office and then get calls because they lie and say you did this and they say you did that. Sometimes they would lie. Actually, on me, most times they would lie. I say most. It ain't like it happened like every other day. And when I was in the 7th grade, Mr. Mitchell used to swat me every day. He found a reason to swat me every single day. But yeah, no, man, teachers lie. Teachers lie. People in positions of authority lie. So, not always. I don't want to say it like they lie. And every time they say something, they lie. But sometimes they lie. But when you're in a position of authority and you're dealing with young people, people have a way of pushing buttons. Sometimes unintentionally. I have a way of unintentionally pushing people's buttons. I don't necessarily want it. A lot of stuff I say is not intended to push any buttons. But for whatever reason, I have a way of unintentionally pushing people's buttons. people snap. People don't like it. People get embarrassed, all of that kind of stuff. LaDonna, why? LaDonna says, yes, you do. LaDonna, can you help me understand why? What is it? Diane wants to know, was Mr. Mitchell a pastor? If so, that was my pastor as a child. I don't know if he was a pastor. He was an older, this is when I was in the 7th grade? So that would have been, I graduated in 88. That would have been 82? Maybe 82, 83. He was an older man then. He wore black rimmed glasses, and he always seemed to wear a white shirt with, I think, like some black slacks. He was not a thin man. He was a heavier man. He taught at Schwab Middle School. And every single day, when I tell you every single day, that man gave me a swat. He made up a reason. Some of them, I'll admit I deserved. Some of them, I will admit that I deserved. And when I say I deserved, he told us early on that from time to time he picks up homework with a paddle. And basically what that meant was, if you don't have your homework, you get a swat. I was willing to accept that. Again, I had a really stupid policy. I now know it was stupid. But I had a really stupid policy. I don't do homework. Unless I needed to do homework. But I don't do homework. So I knew when he said he was picking up homework with a paddle, I was going to get a swat. I would just stand up and go over to the door. So I'm picking up homework with a paddle today. I just go walk over to the door. Everybody thought it was funny. I wasn't doing it to be funny. I was doing it because I knew I was getting a swat that day. Why wait for him to come to me and say, you got your homework? No, I don't have my homework. Well, go stand over by the door. Because he would line us, everybody who didn't have their homework, you would have to line up by the door, and then he would take you outside in the hall and swat you, and then you go sit down. So on days when he said, I'm picking up homework with a paddle, I just got right up and walked over to the door. And everybody would laugh. It ain't funny. You know what I'm saying? I'm not enjoying the fact that I'm about to swat, but I have a policy. I don't do homework. So I knew what was about to go down. But other than that, somebody asked, did I lie? Hold on, wait a minute. I saw these comments are going by kind of fast. Did you ever lie to your parents? I'm a guess you meant lie, L-I-E. Because I wouldn't know what it would mean to lie to your parents. I'm pretty sure I probably did, you know what I'm saying? And I was a kid. I'm certain that I said things that weren't true to not get in trouble. I can't recall a time when I lied to my parents, because overall, I'm an honest dude. I'm one of them dudes who will take punishment. If I'm due a punishment, I will take a punishment. It is what it is. But I'm certain that, like, as a little kid, at some one point, did you eat that? And I'm no. Or did you do this? And I said no when I really did. I'm sure at some point in my life, I said something to one or both of my parents that wasn't true. I can almost guarantee I did. I would say, though, definitely not on a regular basis. Again, I did it. Whatever the punishment is, give it to me. That's the type of person I am. The icebox story. First, it was a refrigerator. It wasn't an icebox. And second, I was 100% telling the truth. I'm still bothered by that. So, yeah, that's it. I see Moesha. Moesha says she got COVID and strep. So she can't post a lot, just gonna listen. That's because you did all that cussing yesterday. You did all that cussing at me yesterday. That's why. You could teach a class over at Cincinnati State on pushing someone's buttons unintentionally. You have it down to a science. How do I have it down to a science if it's unintentional? It's not intentional. And it would be stuff like what I just did. Stuff like what I just did. Did you ever lie to your parents? And see how I'm not trying to be offensive? When I say I'm assuming you mean lie, L-I-E, to your parents, not lie, because I wouldn't even know what that means. Some people take offense to stuff like that. Some people, I'm not saying that to be offensive. Actually, what I'm saying is I understand that this was probably, my guess is it was talk to text, but it might have just been an accidental misspelling of lie. So I'm giving that, credit that that's probably what it is. Oh, no, you trying to make him look stupid. Like, no, I'm not trying to make him look stupid. I'm saying, I'm assuming that what you meant was lie, L-I-E. I'm assuming that, a mistake happened. But there are some people who, when you do that, when I do that, they automatically assume I'm trying to diminish the person or insult them in some way, shape, or form, or be funny, or any of that kind of stuff. And I'm not. I'm allowing for both things. I believe that you meant it the way that it's supposed to be meant, so I'm going to answer that. But on the off chance that you didn't and you actually did mean lie, yes, like the chemical, then I don't know what that means. I don't know how one would lie to their parent. So I'm answering both questions, neither one of them trying to be funny. So I don't know how I push people's buttons trying to cover all bases. Be polite, but also be, somewhat accurate and correct with what it is that I'm saying. I don't know how. But it's definitely unintentional. Definitely unintentional. Most of the times. Rodney says, did you have your homework? And again, Rodney, on the days when he was picking up homework with the paddle, those are the days that I say I deserved a SWAT because I didn't do my homework, and I would just get up and get in the line. You're not going to get no argument out. Well, you're not going to get much of an argument out of me when I'm wrong and I'm getting in trouble. You're not going to get much of an argument. Just take whatever the punishment is. It is what it is. Give it to me. Give me the punishment. I'll take it. I earned it, or I deserve it, or whatever the case may be. But no, this man swatted me every day. He only picked up homework with a paddle certain days. And I've told this, and people always think I'm exaggerating, or I got a SWAT every day from Mr. Mitchell. Well, almost every day. It might have been 1 or 2 days per quarter that I didn't get a SWAT. So I guess I can't factually say every day. But almost every day, Mr. Mitchell gave me a SWAT. He would find a reason. Or make up one. Ben says, for how long? For the whole school year. The entire school year. Not just, it was a couple of days per quarter that I might not have gotten a SWAT. But every day the whole school year, I got a SWAT. He didn't like me. Moesha!
You deserve that SWAT, Data.
Oh. Moesha is a hater. Oh. But I was saying all of that to say that sometimes people in positions of authority just they take advantage of their authority. And I believe it. I didn't actually talk to my parents about it because, again, I knew that mama typically believe what teachers and stuff say. She probably ain't gonna do nothing. She probably ain't gonna do nothing. It is what it is. Just take the SWAT. It ain't no biggie. And go on about my business. But again, I will tell y'all, and I said this, I got banned by Facebook for saying this. I typed it in the chat in Lincoln Ware show one day. I said, if I knew that Mr. Mitchell was still alive to this day, if I knew Mr. Mitchell was alive to this day, he'd probably be about 112 years old. I would beat Mr. Mitchell's ass. I would beat Mr. Mitchell's ass if I ran into Mr. Mitchell today. He wouldn't know who I was. I would know who he was. And I would just tell him, you don't remember me, but I took you for science was it science? Science in 7th grade at Schwab Junior High School. And I would just commence to beating his old ass. And then I would take whatever punishment came with that. I would take whatever punishment came with it. Facebook banned me or blocked me or put me in Facebook jail for some significant amount of time for typing that. I guess you can't type that you will commit an act of violence against somebody. Facebook frowns on that. So you have to say it out loud. You can say it, but you can't type it. Oh, and then, yeah, I guess I would go to jail. But I would feel pretty decent about it. I would feel pretty decent about it. They would be like, did you attack? I would tell my story. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take no plea. I would go before the jury and I would tell my story and hope that I have a sympathetic couple of jurors who find me not guilty. Almost like the priest abuse stuff. Yeah, he did it, but that's what I would hope. But nah, yeah, I would definitely. And I'm not a violent guy. I don't believe in violence, but Mr. Mitchell would get it. He would catch these hands. In a wheelchair walker, I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't care. But I assume that he's not alive anymore. I assume that man is no longer alive and that he is definitely in hell. That's my assumption. Oh, he might have turned his life around and stopped abusing children, in his older years. But my assumption is Mr. Mitchell is dead and in hell right now. So that's that. What else? There was something else. LaDonna say that's messed up. I don't know. Chelsea say in hell is crazy. Well, where else do you go if you just beat kids for fun? Where do you think people who beat kids for fun go when they die? If you believe in heaven and hell, where do you believe that people who beat kids for fun go? I don't think they go to heaven. So I'm just saying that's my assumption. It's my assumption. I'm not saying it as a fact that the man is, it's my assumption that that's where people who beat kids for fun go. What else? I saw this other story. Moesha, I've never tried to fight Lincoln Ware. Never. Lincoln Ware has tried to fight me, but I've never tried to fight Lincoln Ware. I would not fight Mr. Ware. Would not fight Mr. Ware. Not at all. So that's not true. And you just take it up for him, Mr. Ware, because he said your name correctly once after he said it incorrectly. So Uh, Jeannie says, I had a different reaction to the teachers that paddled me. I ran into them on separate trips down home and was actually glad to see them. Did they paddle you every day for nothing? I had another teacher that paddled me once, Mr. Yule. I got a swap from Mr. Yule. I don't remember what it was for. I have no animosity towards Mr. Yule, though. Because, again, he didn't do it every day. Y'all missing that part. Sometimes for no reason. Once. Now, this only happened once, but it actually happened once. He said he didn't like the way I was looking at him. I don't think I was looking at him really, maybe not even looking at him in the sense of like, trying to stare him down. He was talking about some scientific stuff and I was trying to, and he's explaining whatever this scientific thing is. And yes, I'm looking at him because you're standing in front of class, you're talking. And I'm trying to make it make sense in my head, whatever it is that he's saying. So my brain is working. And next thing I know, all right, get up. He grabs his paddle, he bangs it on the desk. Get up. Me? Yeah, get up. Let's go. What'd I do? I see the way you're looking at me. You think you can just look at me any kind of way? And I'm gonna watch. Not exaggerating, not lying. It actually happened. This was every day. I'm telling y'all. So yes, I have some serious animosity towards him. But yes, teachers and people of authority have to keep their composure. Hold on, there's another. Did I get rid of it? I couldn't have gotten rid of it. Hold on, y'all. I gotta load another video. Cause I know. Okay, I don't know why that video went away. All right. I don't like this. I don't like this new system. I'm still trying to learn it. Let's see. Can y'all hear this? Is there any sound to this video? I can't hear it. Oh, this thing is driving me crazy. I hate this new system. Why are my videos not have sound anymore? Okay, hold on. Let's hide that. Which one is this? Okay, I'm about to see if we can hear this.
Dozens of people rallied in Chicago today
for that one. I can hear that one. Why can I not hear this one? I know the video has sound. Y'all don't understand how frustrated I am right now. Stuff is not working the way that I want it to work. I'm not used to this. I'm used to stuff actually working the way it's supposed to work. Yeah, I heard that one, but I didn't hear the local video. Yes. There is no sound. I don't know what's happening. Why it's not doing what I wanted to do. Shannon says, what streaming software do you use? I use Restream. And it usually works good. They just did this update, and I could have stuck to the old one. I like to use the most updated stuff, so it was like, this is optional. You can choose this one, or you can stay with the old one, and I chose the update, and it said you can always go back to the old one, but it won't let me go back to the old one now. Crystal says it might be their website, not yours. No, it's something happening here. Because, again, I played that other video, and it has sound. So, for whatever reason, the ones that I loaded today don't have sound. Okay, so I'll just have to find the story. Where is the story? Come on. An Atlanta police officer accused of fatally shooting his Lyft driver. He shot him because he thought that the man was trying to kidnap him and recruit him into a gay fraternity. Did anybody see that story? Yeah, Kobe Minor, 34, says he thought he was being kidnapped. So he shot 35-year-old Reginald Folks. This was in Atlanta. He's been charged with murder and aggravated assault. Yes, he's a police officer. Minor, who was already on administrative leave following a December arrest, submitted his resignation following his murder arrest on Wednesday. He told detectives that he called for a Lyft ride just after midnight as he was leaving the home of another Atlanta police officer. When Folks, who's the person who was killed, arrived, he got into the back seat and they began driving. The trouble apparently began when Folks began speaking on the phone via the car's Bluetooth, which I've only did Uber twice in my life. And I think it would have been weird if the Uber driver would have taken a call over the phone, over the car speakers while I was in the car. That would have been weird. But this guy, apparently he took a car over the car's Bluetooth in a language that Minor did not understand. Minor said that as Folks chatted, he heard what he perceived or believed was another voice in his ear. He told authorities, he asked Folks to stop the car, but the driver did not stop. When the car stopped at a red light, he said he tried to get out the car. He tried to open the door, but he could not open the door. He said he didn't know if Folks was gay or not, but when the driver reached into the back seat, the police officer, Minor, fired his gun at him 3 times, shooting Folks in the head. He then broke the car window and climbed out. A woman who drove up to the scene just after the shooting told detectives that she stopped to help when she saw Minor waving his arms in the air, how people do. It was at that time that Minor allegedly told her that Folks was trying to recruit him into a gay fraternity. Of course, Lyft put out a comment, our hearts are with Mr. Folks' loved ones as they confront this unspeakable tragedy. We've reached out to to offer our support during this difficult time. We stand ready to assist law enforcement with any investigation and have permanently banned the writer's account from the Lyft community. You didn't really have to say that part. He's in jail for murder. There's a really good chance he's going to be convicted of murder or something. But, okay, I guess it's good that you banned him from the Lyft community. Minor had been an officer since July of 2018. He was placed on administrative leave in December following his arrest in nearby Milton. Minor was arrested following a car crash, which officers responding officers found 20 Xanax pills in a bag, and he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, and that drug case is still pending. Man, that's... I saw the story and I was thinking, this is wild. I don't know what to make of this. A part of me thinks, maybe some mental issues, maybe some drug issues, maybe some, gay issues. I mean, I looked at his mug shot and I looked at the picture of the young man, or the man who was killed, and it's Atlanta, so they both looked like, maybe they both had that look in their eye. So, maybe. But man, it's wild. It's wild. I don't know that I would, because at one point I thought about driving, doing Uber or Lyft or something like that. I thought about it, but I was like, nah, because I'm trying to say some of this stuff without being exceptionally offensive. Yes, look in their eyes, Shannon. You know what I'm talking about. Why do people be fronting like you can't tell sometimes? Why do people act like you can't tell sometimes? Sometimes you can look and you can tell. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you can look and you can tell. But I just, Scott says, I've done it for a while with no issues. And that's fine, great. And I hope you never have issues. But again, I'm a cynic. And I watch stuff. And I watch all of because there are channels dedicated to Uber and Lyft drivers and the issues that they have. There are channels dedicated to that. And I watch some of these channels and I'm like, I try to be, real about who I am and, what I think I can do and what I feel like I probably couldn't handle very well. And I don't think that watching some of these videos, I think I would handle some of this stuff wrong. And I don't want to get into a situation where I'm dealing with some of these people who are doing some of this crazy stuff and trying to, swindle you. But more than that, I'm not all that concerned about being taken advantage of and swindled in that way. I'm more concerned with somebody like this police officer getting in my car and just maybe being crazy or being high or whatever and thinking, I want to harm this guy. I want to harm this guy. Right, Carolyn, I be done said something that I think is innocent, and then they be like, oh yeah, he was trying to recruit me into it. I was like, I didn't say nothing. I didn't say anything wrong. Next thing I know, he pulled a gun on me. Like, I don't know what to do. So yeah, I agree with you, Carolyn. I could see there being problems. I could see there being issues. So yeah, I just said I won't do it. I won't do it. Again, it's kind of the same reason I don't ride the bus. I can't deal with those people. Lamont Jones says that zesty look. And I don't understand why, Lamont, people act like they don't see it. Like, how many years did we act like, and I don't know if he ever actually came out, how many years did people act like Richard Simmons might not have been gay? And look at that man and listen to him. Richard Simmons is gay. Richard Simmons is gay. But what, we got to act like we don't know? We got to act like, oh, he could just be a different type of person. And he's so heterosexual and da-da-da. Like, no. Stop it. Richard Simmons been gay since the first time I saw him. I knew I was a kid, and I knew Richard Simmons was flicked. That's what we used to call it. I knew when I was little, Richard Simmons was flicked. And people try to, create a situation. Well, you can't judge people. You don't know what goes. Stop it. Sometimes you can look, listen, and tell. But we have to pretend like we don't. We have to pretend like we don't see it. That's what we called it. I don't know where we got that from. I don't know how it was a thing, but there was 2 guys that I know growing up, actually technically 3, that we all knew was flicked. We all knew. Dante.
Hey, yo, how you doing, man?
Dante, I'm doing good. How about you?
Hey, man, you just made me call, man. Do you know how many times I got a whooping for saying "flicked," man, when I was young? Hey, man, my mom hated that, man. Because I had a cousin that was special needs, man. I used to always say that, man. It used to pick my mom off, man. Oh, man, that just had me crying. That brought up so many memories. That, and man, I got a swat by Mr. Yule a whole bunch of times. I could not stand that man.
Really? Mr. Yu was always all right with me. Now, I think he was flicked.
Man.
Mr. Yu was flicked, I believe, wholeheartedly.
Very much,
Yes.
very much. But guess why? Guess why I got a SWAT though? You know he was a funny looking dude, right?
Uh-huh.
I used to call him Yuli Gooly.
Yeah, he was.
So yeah, I got a swab by him. Man, I'm like in real tears right now. But yeah, I got a swab by him all the time.
Yeah, he was sensitive too.
Hey man, that was funny, man. That's funny. Flicked it. That's horrible. You say that now, man, you'll get canceled, man. You can't say that.
Well, I'm not saying it now. I'm saying that's what we used to say.
Yeah, that's exactly what we used to say. That's exactly what we used to say. Man, my mom hated. I used to be like, man, I used to call my cousin that, man. I used to kick my mom off. But that's all I wanted, man. That was funny. I brought back so many memories. That was funny.
All right, Dante. I appreciate you.
All right, man. Have a good one. All right, thanks.
All right. Yeah, I remember Mr. Yule. I remember Mr. Yule was again, I was in the 7th grade when I had Mr. Yule. I don't even remember what he taught. But I remember thinking, and it goes again to this, sometimes you can just tell. I remember thinking, Mr. Yule is flicked. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I've never been, as they call it, homophobic. I hate that term because I'm not scared of homosexuals. Caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Hi, this is Jeremy. How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm pleasant. Oh, it's Fane. Listen, the word "conflicted" comes from, we used to use it too, even though you're about 10 years older than me. We used to say that too. It's short for conflicted.
I don't think so. I mean, when I really think about it, Fame, I think it's short for afflicted with whatever thing that is you're talking about.
No, it's conflicted. You got conflicted if you want to be gay or straight.
I guess it could be. Okay.
Because there's a word I popularized. I'm not gonna say I made it up, but I popularized called disgusted.
Called what?
It was short for disgusted.
Oh, disgusted.
A word called disgusted.
Okay.
I was just, if somebody did something that pissed me off, I was like, man, you got me disgusted over here. And it was short for disgusted. I'm disgusted at some of the banter around Cincinnati right now.
Oh.
All the shootings and whatnot.
Well, what banter are you hearing that gets you disgusted?
Well, one thing that really chapped my ass is people upset over Tracy Hunter. I mean, I know it's old, but it's like, come on, man. That lady wrote her own check.
What do you mean?
Now she got to cash it.
What do you mean?
When she got arrested and dragged out of court.
What do you think?
She kind of wrote her own court.
How do you? I'm saying.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
What do you think that she did that was writing her own ticket or whatever?
Here, I'm just gonna put it to you like this, real time, be real succinct on it.
Okay.
She was, the stuff she was doing in her own courtroom, not shackling the people, right?
What's wrong with
Not
that?
shackling the defendant. No, listen.
Okay, I'm listening.
It was just causing too much. Listen, it was causing trouble. Well, it was causing a stir. I'm not saying trouble, but it was causing a stir. The media access causing a stir.
Mm-hmm.
All that kind of little stuff was kind of adding up. But her true litmus test, the one they said we got to get her up out of here, was the North College Hill case. I don't care what nobody says. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. That was the coup de grace, the litmus test, whatever. I forgot the word I was going to say, but yeah, whatever one you want to use, that was it. Those kids beat the hell out of that man, unprovoked, put him in the hospital. He died, but not as a result of the injury from the beating. But they whooped his ass, and she didn't give him no jail time.
Okay.
And it was like you knew the trouble was coming when she did when it came out that they didn't get any jail time behind that. You just saw the writing on the wall. Like, yeah, this ain't gonna come out good for her. I don't know why she did that. 6 months in DYS would have did those 3 boys just fine.
But I'm still not sure what you're saying. Like, it feels to me like you're saying she deserved what she got.
Well, most people do. Most people deserve what they got, whether it's good or bad. You got it coming.
Well, but I'm not talking about most people. You specifically were talking about Judge Hunter. And so
Well, she would be one of the most, but I'm sorry.
So you feel like she deserved to go to jail and be railroaded and
no, I didn't say go to jail. I didn't say go to jail.
But she did. That's what she got.
To be removed from the bench. Yeah, I know. I forgot why she went to jail for, but I just knew trouble was coming for her.
Yeah.
You want to call it a railroading? Fine, because I don't play around with open records, and there was a situation with open records that she was involved in. Was there not?
That was alleged, never proven.
Yes, yeah. I'm a constitutional guy like that. I don't mess around when it comes to open records. You get no grace for that.
But wait a minute. So then, as a constitutional guy, wouldn't you say they should have to prove the charge?
Of what, the open records?
Yeah.
I thought they did.
No.
I thought they did.
No.
I mean, that's a pretty open and shut type of deal.
No.
I mean, when your own brother is in court testifying against you, I mean, damn.
No one testified in court that she did anything illegal. As a matter of fact, I believe even to this day, we don't know what document they were discussing because it wasn't presented. Like her attorney, if my recollection is correct, never identified what the document is that she gave to her brother. Her brother never identified what the document was that she gave to her brother. No one what she gave to her brother, it was not proven. And as a constitutionalist, wouldn't you say, well, if you can't prove that she did something illegal, she probably shouldn't go to jail?
I would say that, but again, Her brother he testified against her.
Well, sometimes you don't have a choice. Like if Nate was on trial and they subpoenaed me, the prosecution, I have to go testify. And then people be like, well, he testifying against his brother. I might not say he did anything wrong, but because I'm testifying for the prosecution, because I'm compelled to, that's what you're saying. Like the prosecution called her brother as a witness, but what did her brother testify to? That becomes the question. Not did he testify, but what did he say?
Being a judge, this is a smart woman. Being a judge, juvenile judge,
Right.
you know, she chose that institution of law.
Okay.
She knows how they can twist up the law.
Right.
She knows how the law can be twisted up and used against you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you can't choose that institution and then get mad when it kicks you in the ass.
Well, that's not true. That's
you
not
can't get
true.
mad and do that.
No,
you
that's,
cannot do that. You chose that institution. You
we
know
disagree.
What the people are about.
We disagree.
Okay, we can disagree on that, but
yeah, I think you can be an attorney, a judge even, and expect that you won't be railroaded in court. I think that's reasonable.
that is reasonable.
Right.
However, when you don't get what you want, you kind of knew that was a possibility.
Well, you always know it's a possibility. Yeah.
Yeah, so don't be indignant about it. Going over people's houses, march at 4 in the afternoon, talking greasy. You know,
I don't agree with that.
You want to make real change? You want to make real change? Go march at 4 in the morning when people waking up. 4 in the afternoon, they laughing at you. 4 in the morning, that's a different dynamic.
I'm not sure what the point is that because you've conflicted or contradicted yourself a couple times. So I'm not sure it. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like you're just saying Judge Hunter deserved what she got, even though it may have been unfair and unjust and even illegal. You feel like she deserved it.
I'm not saying it was unjust or any of that. I'm saying she got what she deserved, but I'm not saying it was. I thought it was very fair. From where I sat, it was very fair. From what I read,
all right,
everything. You know, obviously I wasn't down with the day-to-day court stuff and everything, but from what I understand, it was more than fair. It above board.
I believe that. I believe based on what you heard, I do believe that. Where were you getting your information at the time?
Local news.
Yeah, that makes sense then that you would believe that. Yeah.
I mean, well, you don't trust local news.
No.
It's part of it.
Hold on. No, it's not even.
We're a part of it.
Wait, it's not that I don't trust local news. I just know. I remember, and I remember there was a press conference that they held at the radio station, and the guy who was covering the Tracy Hunter case for the local news, who I don't remember his name. I don't know why I don't remember. I can see his face, but I don't remember his name. He was in the studio and he was disgusted that the press conference was positive about Judge Tracy Hunter because he wanted to write a negative story. And he, out of his own mouth, he said that. So I understand that that the news coverage locally was heavily slanted. Someone from Channel 9 News, I do believe, one of their relatives.
I think it was Tom McKee, was it not?
You're talking about
was
the person?
A white man named Tom McKee?
No, it wasn't. That's not the person who I'm talking about.
Okay.
But like one of the news stations, one of their relatives was involved in the case. So of course they had a slant to the way they reported it. So there was definitely, it's not I don't trust local news, but when you hear the people writing the story make statements that say, I'm not writing that about her, that's positive. I need something negative to write. You know that that's slanted coverage. So it's not, oh, you don't trust local news. I heard them say it. So that's why when you say I got my news from the local news, I can understand why you would believe that the local news, slant on the story because they weren't reporting the story as a factual thing. To a lot of them, they had issues with, remember earlier in this call when you had mentioned her not allowing media access and all that kind of stuff? They didn't like that. So they had an axe to grind against her.
Indeed. You know what? You're probably 100% right there. But again, when I say local news, that included your former employer. So, you know, I'm weighing everybody's slants on it and just, you know, making money. So that's all. But, you know, we can agree to disagree on Tracy Hunter.
Yeah.
But you're 100% right about sometimes you can look into a person's eyes and see what they're about. You know, what you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
Yes, you can see that. I mean, and some of these people, if you listen really closely, you can hear the sugar falling off of them. They leave a wake of sugar if you pay attention closely. You know, like Mr. Sandman on Spider-Man. You know, he would leave that sand in his wake every time he was. That's how they knew he was there. You do that with you see that with some of these guys and they sugar. Like, damn, you a sweet ass motherfucker. And you out here talking stupid. You know, I'm not gonna mention any names, but one of them was a kind of a local celebrity, and I had to call him out.
Oh.
You know, but you know, that's a slight digression. Hey, Emmanuel, man, I'm glad you know I talked to you in a while. It's always a gosh darn pleasure, you know, to talk to you and whatnot. You know, you know, this is wonderful hearing you on here because you know you're such a joy.
Well, thank you, sir.
I'm being dead serious. You know, you won't be there tomorrow, so I'll be waiting to, you know, try it again later this week. But until then, everybody, peace out. Oh!
All right, that's Fame, a.k.a. Jeremy. I think I heard him say on Wyatt's show that Jeremy is his real name. So, yeah. Yeah, no, I don't really want to get off into the Judge Hunter thing, but I'll be clear, I support Judge Hunter. 100%. Way too much stuff was done below board. I know that the media coverage of it was horribly slanted intentionally. Like, some of the people weren't even trying to report facts. They literally just wanted something negative to report. And they made up facts as they went along. Or they got their stories from the prosecutor. And that's no way to report a story without saying the prosecutor alleges. If you just, you know, if they're prosecuting me, I better put my thumbs down for the fireworks go off. If they're prosecuting me for, I don't know, speeding, just something simple. I wasn't speeding. But the prosecution tells the news network he was going 95 miles an hour. The news network is supposed to report, and this is why I keep telling y'all that words matter, and you know, the way you report things, the way you say things, the specifics, it matters. The reporter is supposed to say something along the lines of, law enforcement alleges that he was going 95 miles an hour. They're not supposed to report he was going 95 miles an hour. That's way too fast. Prosecutors allege that the defendant was exceeding the speed limit going up to 95 miles an hour. That's the way you're supposed to report it. Not, oh, he a speed demon. He was going 95 miles an hour. He's been a problem on the road for years and something has to be done about it. That's not reporting. And that's the kind of stuff that they were doing when it was Judge Hunter's case. And again, I heard the guy say that he was looking for something negative to report on Judge Hunter. He was angry that particular press conference shone a positive light on Judge Hunter. He was angry. I can't remember his name. He wrote a book. And everybody was all on his tip when he wrote the book. It made me mad. because he's been not a friend to the black community in Cincinnati for years. And I can't remember his name, but when he wrote that book, everybody was all on his tip, talking about how great he was. Same thing they did when Keith Fangman came back. Oh, he's so great. Oh, he's so this. Oh, he's so that. And I always be wondering, why y'all be all on these people's tip? They don't like you. They didn't like you then. They caused some negative. Peter Bronson, thank you. They didn't like you then. They caused negative impacts that are still being felt in the black community, but now you all on they tip. Because you know they name. That bothers me. That bothers me. Trish says, black were on his tip. Yes. Yes. Yes, they were. Him and Keith Fangman. And I was shocked. I was shocked. Well, people, people have their reasons for doing whatever it is that they do. I'm not saying that they're horrible humans. I don't know. Some of them I don't believe to be horrible humans, but they get caught up in, ooh, I know this person. They were locally famous at one point, even though, they just ignore that the thing that they were locally famous for was bashing black people. Oh, they were locally famous. I want to call in because I know this guy. People get a kick out of that. I know you. I talked to you before. Well, we got into it a few times. Oh, your brush with celebrity. Just let me get some of your. We were local celebrities together. It's like a reunion. It frustrates me. It frustrates me. But yeah, so the whole, she got what she deserved. He got a right to feel that way. Again, he said that he's getting his information from local news. So it makes sense. But I'm, just crazy enough to believe that they should have to prove their charges against you before finding you guilty. And that they should follow rules. Even if you're a part of the system, if you're a part of the corrupt system, you still deserve a fair shake. So I support Judge Hunter. I support Judge Hunter. I don't think she should have ever been found guilty. And I am still disappointed with was it black person or black people? One or two black people that was on that jury. Not disappointed because black people found another black guilty. That could happen. I'm disappointed because the black people, again, if my recollection is correct, the black people later came out and said that, I don't remember exactly what they said, but I remember they basically said, we didn't really want to find her guilty. We didn't really think she did anything wrong. Why did you find her guilty? Why are y'all in the jury room making deals? Well, if we'll find her not guilty on all of this stuff, if you find her guilty on this, okay, we'll make that deal. Why are you in the jury room making deals? I know somebody who got called for jury duty just a couple weeks ago. They never, got sat on a jury or anything. But I remember talking to them leading into their jury service. And I remember, because that's always in the back of my mind, is that these people were in the jury room making deals with potential family members of people who wanted to see her. Now, and if the judge would have polled the jury, then we would have been able to say, no, we didn't want to find her guilty. And why did you find her guilty? And I remember talking to this person and saying to them something along the lines of, look, when you go down there, if you get called for a jury and you end up, deliberating a case, you got to be strong. You got to be strong. You got to be willing to stand on, did they prove the case? So if they want to find somebody not guilty, but you think the prosecution 100% proved the case, you got to stand on that. They guilty. If you want to find somebody, if they want to find somebody guilty and you like, no, the prosecution didn't prove the case, you got to be willing to stand on that, even if it's 11 against 1. Even if it's 11 against 1, you got to have something inside of you that says, I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what y'all think. Fame says, I'm gonna put it up there. Them jurors changed their minds once they realized the community was outraged. That might be true. That might be true. From my perspective, you take them, you know what I'm saying, at their word. You take them at their word. And if they say, basically, they were offered a compromise in the jury room, I'll take their word for that. I'll take their word for that. I don't know. But that jury should have definitely been polled. And I'm saying, it's even just little things like that. Like, can you poll a jury? No. What? No. Hold on, but that's the law. That's the way things are done. We get to poll the jury. No. We polled the jury before we read the verdict. How do you poll a jury before reading the verdict? Well, I have an envelope in my hand that has your verdict in it. Is this verdict your verdict? You don't know what's in that envelope. They actually did a lot of that during that trial. What's in the envelope? And just assuming what's in the envelope. There was a lot of assuming what's in the envelope during that trial, if my recollection is correct. So I have a verdict. And somebody, look, if I say anything that's incorrect, somebody correct me. But I'll tell you, this is not an envelope. I have your answer in this envelope, okay? I have your answer to the question in this envelope, all right? Is this your correct answer? You can't see what's in the envelope. How do you answer yes to that? I really believe a lot of times, and I'm kind of going out on it, I believe a lot of times, I've never had jury duty. And I've talked to a few people who have had jury duty, and they told me it's a lot of old white people down there. And it's a lot of people who have been on multiple juries, and, you know, they basically know those people and all of that kind of stuff. And it's not that many black people down there. And that they find ways to get rid of black people who they believe are intelligent, who can think for themselves, who are, you know, smart enough to analyze and, you know the difference between fact and fiction, that they find a way to get rid of those people. Matter of fact, this last person that I know who had jury duty basically said the same thing. You said you were not going to get caught up Tracy Hunter stuff. I know. This last person that I know who had jury duty basically said the same thing. So I think they get you down there and they, oh no, this person is kind of a clear thinking, logical, reasonable, strong black person. Let's get them off the jury. Because we want people who going to go along with the other 9, 10 white people that we put on the jury. We want people that's going to be easy to convince. It's not just a white and black thing. I don't want it to sound like that because people go crazy. Oh, you saying black people? Oh, blah, blah, blah. No. It's not just a white-black thing. But in this particular case, I think it was. In this particular case, I think it was. What else? That's fame took us there. Anthony says, well, I feel a certain kind of way now. They kept my black ass for jury duty. Did you sit as a juror? Were you, I don't know the appropriate terminologies and whatever. Were you selected for a case and sat in the jury box and heard a case? Seabree says, you ignored my question. I'm sorry, I didn't see it. I was ranting. Let me go back and see if I can see if I see your question. I'm scrolling. Oh, you asked, do you think Twin was right about Reese's preventing Sharpton from coming in? I didn't hear Twin say that. I don't know. Is my answer to your question is I have absolutely no idea. Absolutely no idea. That's unsatisfied, ain't it? I don't know. I could see it, or, I could see it not being the case. So yeah, I don't know. Anthony says, yes, put a white guy away. Okay. CK.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Livingston?
CK, I'm doing good. How are you?
Man, good to be alive, man. Hey, man, you took that week off, man. I see you had to handle life. You got to handle your own life.
Yeah.
Can't worry about everybody else. There's 1 billion people in the world. There's only one you. Ah!
It's very true.
Did you know that? You knew it, though. I ain't even have to tell you.
I did.
Man, but this, yeah, you did. But, you know what I like, though? Listen to this intellect.
All right.
High intellect. What you said about Tracy Ellis.
Tracy Hunter?
Tracy Hunter.
Yes.
This is what you said. Now, look, just last week, the black jurors, they're coming out with this. They said the same thing from the Tracy Hunter verdict that they said from the OJ verdict, sir.
What's that?
They said African-American woman from the jury said that, yeah, we thought he was guilty, but we was paying him back for Rodney King. And I was absolutely flabbergasted from that. And I felt the same way from this Tracy Hunter. I say, I don't even want y'all to say that stuff. I would rather you just say, I thought she was guilty, to say, well, I thought she was not guilty, but we just went with guilty. What the hell? I don't like that. That you come back and come with, well, I thought she was not guilty. We just went with guilty. What are you talking about?
I agree with you.
And it's the same reason, right? The backlash. I think that the African, if I'm on the jury, me personally, I'm just telling, listen, they didn't prove that he was guilty in my eyes behind a reasonable doubt, so I voted not guilty. Right. I'm not going to come and say, well, the Rodney King verdict had just happened and we just want to pay back. Now you're trying to justify injustice?
And
That's ridiculous.
I don't know that a lot of people understand that you can think somebody's guilty, you can believe somebody's guilty, but they should have to prove that the person is guilty. Not just do I believe it, did they prove it? Because there's been look, I believe it's possible that OJ was guilty. I believe it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't think they proved
I
it.
agree. I think it's possible that he was not guilty, but I do think they proved it with Mark Furman. I mean, Jesus Christ, that's like Farrakhan finding a bloody glove at a giant Jerry Seinfeld murder scene. We know he didn't do it. Look who found it.
Okay, that doesn't prove that he didn't do it, but it does raise reasonable doubt.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. Mark Furman's not a detective. He's a Ku Klux Klan member. He's not only a Klan, he's the Klan president. He wrote a book about how much he hates black folks. But let's get back to the point of we as people like to justify. No, do it like they do it. Listen, black people, this is to all black people. You never heard the white people come out and say, well, the little brother Emmett Till, well, we thought the man was guilty, but we let him off. Did they say that?
I do not recall them saying that.
Okay. Then we hear the Rodney King white people, jury, say, well, we knew the cops beat his ass. We just felt he was not guilty. No, they never said that.
They never said that.
But when it comes to the colored people, we got to justify when folks was always right. OJ was guilty, but we know we had to get y'all back for the Rodney King. No. OJ was innocent just like them people beating Rodney King was innocent. Huh? How y'all, let's go like that. Let's go with the same rules. Stop switching the rules. And this is where you got to think we go along with group thinking when, like I just told you at the beginning of the call, it's only one you. So if you're the only one that can stand up and say, nah, Tracy, not guilty. Hey, she ain't going to jail. Don't back up to no, no peer pressure. That make you look like a damn fool. Like you ain't got no control of nothing. They controlling you.
I agree.
I heard exactly what you were saying, and I just wanted to put that out to the public that this is common around America. We like to come out and say, well, we was wrong, but only reason we did it wrong because of this. If they don't do it, we don't do it. Let's stay on the same rules. And I'm going to keep on listening to the King of Talk, man. Much love to your family and to the platform, brother.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's CK. That's CK. Y'all, look, and I've heard a few people say this, and CK be fooling y'all. I like his character. I do. He's funny. But no, I agree. Fame says, yes. Come on, why is it taking so long to put that up there? Yes, Carolyn Bryant admitted the whole thing with Emmett Till was a ruse. That wasn't what he said, though. Those jurors who found those guys not guilty didn't come out and say, well, yeah, we know they was guilty, but, we found them not guilty. That's what he was talking about. Not did the accuser eventually, decades later, come out and say that. The jurors didn't. Somebody put something else up here that I wanted to respond to, but I don't see it now. I don't see it now. But that's where I stand on juries, and stuff like that. I'm convinced I'll never sit on a jury. And I really think I would be the best juror. I would be the best juror. Prove it. That's my mantra. Prove it. No, don't make me believe it. Prove it. Because I think if you sit in somebody, taking away somebody's freedom or, something like that, that bar should be really high. Like, proof is proof. Proof ain't, I believe it. I believe it. With every fiber of my being, I believe it. That's not proof. Convincing me is not proof. Proving it is proof. But if I learn nothing else, I've learned that we have different definitions of what proof is. Some people believe that a really compelling argument is proof. He proved it. Some people believe because they heard it from the right person, that's proof. And I'm convinced that a lot of people don't think deep enough into a thing to understand what a thing is. And they've drawn their conclusion about whatever it is. And so in their mind, because they've drawn a conclusion, it's proven. And I don't know if this has anything to do with this or not, but I'll tell you, one of my least favorite statements that I hear people say, I'm not saying it is the least, but it's one of my least favorite statements is, for the simple fact that irritates me more than most things. That irritates me more than most things. For the simple fact that, because usually what follows is a convoluted dump of nonsensical logic and opinion. Well, he did it for the simple fact that, and it's usually some nonsense coming. It's never a simple fact. Or at least I've never heard anyone say, for the simple fact that, and that was followed up with a simple fact. Never, not one time have I ever heard it. Never. So yeah, I just, and again, people don't, I wasn't on Lincoln Worth Show today. I don't know how this came up. This doesn't really tie into what I'm talking about, but it ties into the way people's brains work, right? I got an alert on my phone. And I'm a read. Hold on, I'm a read if I can get it. Scroll here. All right. I got an alert on my phone. And I haven't gone back and watched Lincoln Show. James Muhammad said, the buzz replaced the great Emanuel Livingston. And I don't know, was I a topic of conversation on the Lincoln Worth Show? I can't imagine I was. And then someone named Nina Housley says, no, he didn't follow directions and gave up his job choices. Again, that's someone who you don't know a whole story, but you've heard a portion of the story, so you've assumed, you've made some assumptions. And to you now, that's a fact. That's a fact. But whoever this Nina Housley is, she's never asked me, and I've never really went deep into it. But that's just not factual. But if you ask her, she'll tell you probably. And a couple people liked it. Well, one person liked it. Beth. Beth liked it. But I don't understand how people can make comments on something. I mean, anybody can make comments on anything, but believe something to be a fact that they don't understand. You have to know all of the details of a thing, at least in my opinion, to state something as a fact. That's what I'm harping on here lately. I keep hearing people from all different walks, all over the place, spewing out what they claim to be facts, but they're clearly not facts. They're things that they believe. Or they're misstating things that are assumptions and maybe estimates or whatever. But they're stating these things as if they are facts. Ron says, I think you're avoiding my question. Is God proven? That's a stupid question. That's why I'm avoiding it. It's a stupid question. I'll answer it. But it's a stupid question, just so you know. No. No. Do you feel good now? I answered the stupid question. Why do people ask? And I'm not saying you're stupid, Ron. I'm saying that question is stupid in the context of the conversation that we're having. Chris says people do that all the time. Unfortunately, I want us to stop. I want us to stop doing that. It's not, look, it's just my opinion. It's not hard to say. It's estimated that bam, 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 whatever, because you don't have the exact figure. It's not hard to say that. It's alleged that. I believe that. It seems to me that. I believe that. I try to be, like I'll say stuff and it makes me laugh. It makes me laugh when I say it because I'll be being as honest as I can. Like I believe, based on absolutely nothing, that 70% of whatever. Because in my mind, it's like when you hear people say 9 times out of 10, that means somebody's about to make something up. Almost every time you hear somebody say 9 times out of 10, I believe they about to make something up. They don't have an accurate number or an accurate percentage. That would be like 90%. And even when you ask them, so you're telling me that 90% of it, no, I'm not saying that. That's what you're saying when you say 9 times out of 10. That's 90%. Michael says, we the black people will never unite. Hate to say. Well, white people don't unite either. Asian people, they don't unite. Jewish people, they don't unite. In every group, there are people who don't go with the majority of the group on any number of issues. So when you say we black people will never unite, that's actually not necessarily a bad thing. That means we're just people like every other group. That means people like every other group. And I don't know if I want, I guess I want, but it'd be, LaDonna says, white people stick together. LaDonna, I'm telling you this. If you find an issue you're going to find whatever the issue, some white people on one side of the issue and some white people on the other side of the issue. I don't think you'll ever get 100% consensus from all white people on anything. Is that a gnat? You'll never get consensus from all white people. Sorry, it's a gnat flying around. Y'all can't see it, but it's tiny gnat, and it's flying like right around here. Lewis says, not when it comes to O.J. Simpson, they all think he's guilty. That's not true. There are white people who didn't think he was guilty. There were white people who didn't want him to be found guilty. They all like mayonnaise. They clearly don't. But it's not. Sometimes I think some black people are way too hard on black people just for being normal people. Way too hard on black people just for being normal people. It is normal that you don't get 100% consensus in almost anything. It's normal. It's normal that all black people don't vote Democrat. That's normal that you're going to have some who don't go along. Just like all white people don't vote Republican. It's normal. It's normal that all white people don't believe everybody should be able to just walk around with guns, bump stock, and all that kind of stuff. It's normal. Tell me, what issue do you think, any issue where all white people T. Mikey G says white people 100% work on our demise, and those who don't are advocates. You do understand. I think you're trying to be funny by doing that, right? You're trying to be funny. White people 100% work on our demise. By the fact that you said those who don't means it's not 100%. You know that. Why are you trying to be funny? You just making me point that out. But that is the logic that some people use. If a black person get ahead, there will be some of them ready to take you down. If a white person get ahead, there will be somebody ready to take them down. This is not like exclusive to black people. If a person, as you call it, gets ahead, whatever that means, there's gonna be somebody, and I don't even necessarily know if people are technically trying to take you down, per se. But let's assume, just for the sake of argument, somebody's gonna try to take you down. I would love a good definition of what it means to take someone down. I call poor white black people. Well, that's flawed logic, Michael. That's exceptionally flawed logic. I mean, but even that, it's gonna be difficult, I believe, to get I think it's probably very rare to get a large group of people on, any issue where it's even halfway reasonable to have two different opinions on. And sometimes even issues where it's not reasonable at all to have two different opinions on. It's going to be difficult to get 100% consensus from any group of people, white, black, whatever. All the men think this way. All the women think that way. All the gays think this way. All the straights think that way. All of the, whatever. And some people think that in order for black people to so-called get ahead, we have to all operate in some sort of like we need a hive mind. Like find the smartest black person ever and make him beam his thoughts out to everybody else. And then that's what we all think. The same thing he think at the same time he think it. And then we all, like robots, just do whatever that thought leads us to do. That's really unfair to black people. And I really don't hear people saying that about white people. White people saying that about white people. Why can't we all just agree on something? I listen to 700. I listen to 550. I listen to a whole lot of stuff. And I don't ever hear, or I can't ever recall hearing white people saying, why can't all white people just think alike? But I hear and see black people express that thought. Nah, we human. We human. Dwayne says, wow, I guess white people don't take people out to get ahead. I guess that's a black people trait. That's what I'm saying. You think based on some of the, and I don't know where we got that from. I don't know where we got that from. I don't know where we got the notion that either we all have to be on the exact same page to accomplish anything, or that we're worse than everybody else. If I had $1 million for every time I heard somebody say, we the only people who, talking about black people, I would have a whole lot of millions of dollars. I think I'd be a multi-billionaire. I said $1 million because I don't want just a nickel or a dollar for it. Give me $1 million. I want a lot of money if I'm play the imagination game. But I hear a lot of black people, we the only people who this, we the only people who that, we the only people who this. And every time I hear it, I'll be like, we're not. We're not. And then you can point out examples. Like almost every time I hear it, I can point out examples. Of course, y'all know I've done it. You can point out examples. And then, well, see, but that's different. It's not different. You said we the only people. I just pointed out to you a clear example of where white people do the same thing. Well, that's only a few. But it's not. It's still some people. But I'm really not trying to focus on that either. I feel like I've said my piece. And I feel like there's a really good chance that people are going to keep doing it. I feel like there's a really good chance that you're always going to have some black people try to pigeonhole all black people and put down all black people because we don't all think alike. I feel like that's always going to happen. But if I can change one person's mind and make them stop doing it, then I've only changed one person's mind. I didn't make that much of a difference, but it'll make me feel better to know that I changed that one person's mind. Well, give me a clear example of an all right jewelry. You are funny. Coming back and justifying their wrong verdict, like the black people did for Tracy Hunter. That's not what I was saying. Just so you know, that's not what I was saying. If you were saying all black jurors come back and then I could show you where that's not true. Or we the only people who I could probably show you where that's not true too. But that's not the same there. And I'm certain that if you looked, as a matter of fact, I know As a matter of fact, I just watched a documentary. I can't remember what it is, but it's a documentary. There's this lady who falsely accused this guy of rape. White lady falsely accused a black guy of rape. The man went to, trial, got found guilty. Later on, they found out he wasn't the guy who did it. And now she holds seminar, I'm gonna call them seminars or whatever, for people who have falsely accused people, presumably thinking that they were right. People who have been falsely convicted, and jurors who have falsely found people guilty. And those jurors who come in, they already know I was wrong. I was wrong for convicting that person. So yes, there are white jurors, and if I, had the documentary, I could tell you their names. There are white jurors who changed their minds about verdicts and or justify why they gave a specific verdict all the time. It's not just black people. It's not just black people. Happens all the time. Michael says, I wasn't speaking for all because there are some blacks that are working in the community. I don't have time to scroll back to everything that you said, but you kind of put it out there like we the only people who do this type of thing. And my only point is not that we don't do bad stuff or, stuff that doesn't necessarily benefit us all the time. My point is it's not exclusive to us. It's not exclusive to us. I really believe, I always go back to, because some of the stuff that I've done in talk radio blows my mind. And I always go back to the lady who called into the show some years back when I was on the radio station, who swore up and down that white people don't commit crimes because she don't see it on TV. And she was as serious as she could be. I want to say it was D, but I could be wrong about that. I had 17th degree COVID, so some stuff I don't remember details about that I used to. But yeah, she was as serious as she could be. She did not believe that white people committed crimes because she don't see it on TV. And so I had to start pulling out stories of white people committing crimes. And of course, the point of that was not to say that white people are horrible people, but to say, yes, white people commit crimes. You may not see it as much on TV because they may not focus on it as much as they focus on us. But white people, they kill each other, they rob each other, they rape each other, they harm each other, they steal from each other. That would be kind of the same as rob. All of that stuff. People form their opinions based on, different stuff. Michael says, if I was on a jury and the one getting prosecuted was white, I'm coming in guilty. Well, that's a horrible mindset to go in. Really, just imagine you're white and you've done nothing wrong. You've been accused of something that you did not do. And you come in, some black guy comes in and says, oh, since they white, I'm finding them guilty. That's horrible. That's horrible. One of the principles, as it was explained to me, when I was taking some law classes, I've taken some law classes. I'm actually considering going back and getting my either degree or certificate, not sure which, because they are both. Going back and becoming a paralegal. I'm only a few classes away from either getting the degree or the certificate. I don't remember which. But one of the things that they taught us, this is even before taking legal classes, this was like in junior high school. One of the premises of our legal system is a simple premise. It's better to have guilty people freed because you couldn't prove the case against them than to have innocent people in jail. We, as the way that it's supposed to be set up, which I know people don't really do that. They don't think that way anymore. I don't think a lot of people think that way anymore. But yeah, you're not supposed to be putting people in jail if you can't prove that they did it. Because I know I wouldn't want to. I'm still mad about the time that I went to jail for a few hours when I hadn't done anything wrong. Let alone being found guilty of some heinous crime and spending decades in prison knowing that I did nothing wrong. Man, that's why I don't understand these people who come out after being in jail for however many years, come out talking about I'll forgive everybody. Man, please, I don't forgive nobody. I don't forgive nobody. I'm mad at everybody who had a hand in me going to jail for 20 years. I'm mad at everybody who kept me in jail for 20 years. The warden, I hate the warden. You know what I'm saying? Well, he was just doing his job. I don't care. I was not guilty. And he kept me in jail. The guards, I hate them. Well, I always treated you nice. You kept me in jail, and I hadn't done anything wrong. That's not nice. I don't understand these. Oh, I forgive the person who falsely accused me. I don't forgive you. You said I did some stuff that I didn't do. No, I don't forgive you. Well, the jury found you guilty. I mean, they put on a compelling case. I didn't know. I was just going based on the evidence. I don't care. You convicted me of something that I didn't do. I hate you. I don't understand these people who do all of this forgiving. Maybe they've been working up to it for 20 years. I don't know. 20 years you've been working up to it. But for me, man, let me out of jail. I hate all y'all. And as I'm enjoying my freedom, then make terms with and start forgiving people. But the day I get out, that's going to be the worst press conference ever. Because they always stick a camera in there. Do you forgive them for finding you guilty? And then, oh, I forgive them. Oh, yeah, I'm just happy to be free. Please. Please. Mine would be the press conference. No, as a matter of fact, I got names. Jesse Babbitt. Who is Jesse Babbitt? He was the dude, the clerk at the store who said he saw me that night and I wasn't there. Jesse Babbitt, I hate your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? I got names for you. I got the whole witness list memorized. I done had 20 years to memorize the witness list. Everybody who testified against me. They gonna be like, can we cut? Can we go to a different feed? This dude crazy. Judge Tommy, whoever. I hate you, man. I hate you. You knew they were railroading me. Prosecutor, Mr. Prosecutor. You know, oh my goodness. My press conference would be, they would definitely cut away. And all the civil rights leaders would be, no, you've got to portray. I hate you too. You wasn't standing up for me. Don't tell me I got to sound magnanimous or whatever. No, I'm mad. I'm mad as hell. I just spent 20 years in jail, bro. Then you hear the last show, they be raping people. I may or may not have been raped in jail. I'm mad as hell. Yeah, no, my press conference will be totally different. Yeah, I forgive them. I'm just so happy I'm free. I just want to go home and have a milkshake. Fuck a milkshake. I had sex with men in there. What do you call it when non-consensual sex with men. I don't want no milkshake. What did the dude say? And I know what blood smell like. I only know what blood smell like because I was in jail for something I didn't do. And y'all want me to act like I'm happy? Hell no. I'm not happy at all. They would definitely cut from my press conference. It wouldn't be your regular old, oh, he's hugging everybody. Oh, he's so happy. Oh, he's so happy. I forgive the judge. I forgive the jury. I forgive the prosecutors. I forgive everybody. I'm just so happy to be out. Damn that. Damn that. I'm telling you, that wouldn't be me. I know me. I don't have that in me. I don't have that in me. I'm a grudge holder. I'm telling you right now, I am a grudge holder. Telling you. They would think I was crazy. They'd be like, should we put him back in jail? Can we railroad him on something else? He might do something. Because no, I'm not gonna be. They didn't beat the fight out of me. Maybe they beat the fight out of me while I was in there. I learned to survive. But hold on. You're free. We dismiss all charges or whatever. Okay, cool. Hold on. I'm free? Yes, free. Just so I'm clear. I'm never going back to jail unless I commit an actual crime. Right, you're never going to. So I can leave right now. I'm done. I can leave. Yes, you can leave. Sometimes you can leave out of any door that you want to leave out of. Okay, cool. I'm free now. My fight instantly comes back. I'm telling you. I know me. My fight instantly comes back, and every grudge that I had against everybody who played a part. Yeah, the lady who was across the street who said she saw my car drive up. I hate her. And her kids. I hope something bad happened to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm just. But that's just me. Like, and I'm not like some of y'all. Some of y'all like, I don't understand how they do it. Oh, I have so much respect for the people who, I don't like disrespect them because you got a right to feel how you want to feel, once you get out of jail because you didn't do anything wrong 20 years ago. You got a right to feel how you want to feel, but it doesn't give me any great amount of respect for you that you forgave the people who railroaded you. You don't get extra points from me. I feel bad that you went to jail. I think that was wrong. You shouldn't have gone to jail. Oh, I don't know how they do it. I have so much respect for them. No, not me. I don't have any less respect for them, but my respect level didn't go up. I got about the same amount of respect and questions. That's it. Y'all, I got to get out of here. I got to be somewhere at 6 o'clock. I don't even remember how we got to innocent people getting out of jail or whatever. But I will tell you I'm a grudge holder. And since I do have a platform, Nina Housley, if y'all know Nina Housley, save this clip for Nina Housley. I'm about to tell Nina Housley something. Nina, I don't know you. Nina Housley is the one who said, no, he didn't follow directions, then gave job choices. Nina, I don't know you. You don't know me. You made some assumptions with that post. And it's unfortunate. I'll tell you that you're ignorant of all of the facts and the details. But just to clarify for you, whether you remember this or not, or even care, I did follow directions. I actually followed every instruction and direction that I was given. I was told, we were given the option. The shot is mandatory unless you apply for a waiver. I applied for the waiver. I answered all the questions about my exemption. They gave me directions that if I ended up not getting the shot, this is what I had to do. I did everything that they asked me to do, even as it got more and more and more ridiculous. I still did it. And at the end of the day, they decided, we're going to terminate your employment anyway. So it's not a matter of I didn't follow directions, because I did. Technically, what they did, and I've talked to a couple lawyers who said you should sue them. I'm not gonna, just because I'm better off now. But technically what they did, I believe, is illegal. I believe it's illegal. Them getting rid of me, them terminating my employment, I believe it to be illegal. And a couple of other legal professionals agree. So before you go out telling people stuff that you don't know anything about, you should ask. Or, shut the fuck up. One of the two. I didn't follow directions. What directions was I given that I didn't follow? You can't name them because they don't exist. Now, look, you're not my enemy. You just don't know what you're talking about. And heard something and formed an opinion about it, and you believe that opinion to be fact. But it's not, Nina. It's not fact. I don't hate you. Okay? I don't wish no bad on you or your kids or anything like that. Because I'm known to do stuff like that. But I don't. But if you want to, you can talk about anything you want to talk about. You can say whatever you want to say. I would love it, though, if you want to state things about me as fact, that you either know them to be fact or just ask me. Just ask me. I wish you well. I hope no one does anything to you potentially illegal to cost you your job. But next time, can you try to know the facts before you start stating things as a fact? Okay, that's it. Thank you, Nina. I think that's about it. Daryl says, F her. You ain't got to explain S to her. I know. I didn't. But, sometimes you see stuff and you're like, I've seen it enough to where, it needs to be addressed. I know that some people from the radio station have intentionally put out misinformation, either over the radio or, to people personally. I spoke to, I'm not even going to say whose names. I think I've said it before, but I've spoke to people in city government. And, I'm going to say, what would I consider him? I'll just say influential people in the community who told me that their people, higher ups, management at the radio station saying things about me that was just factually inaccurate, that they know, not the people who they were telling, but the people who were saying it, they know that these things are not factual. People were saying, well, we didn't let him go, he quit. Yeah, he decided he didn't want to work here anymore. People in management were actually telling people that. And it's not true. It's not true. So I'm not, I get Nina and others may have heard things that are not factually accurate, but they're putting it out here and spreading it. And every once in a while, it's okay to just, as I like to say, kind of put it on the record what actually happened. Like I tried to do the dude getting out of prison thing. Y'all know when I got fired, I was like, I don't hold nothing against the company, whatever it is, what it is. I don't want to hold nothing against them, blah, blah, blah. But the whole time they in the background telling lies on me. By they, I mean some people at the station and some people in management. And I'm trying to be, I can't think of the word, but I'm trying to be cool about it. But sometimes you just, you set the record straight and you say, hey, this ain't what happened. I did everything that I was instructed, directed, or even recommended to do, except take the shot. Everything that they said, either take the shot or do this so that you don't have to take the shot and you'll be cool. And I did every alternative that they could come up with. I did it. And that still wasn't good enough for them. And then they violated the law. And fired me anyway. And I'm not mad about it. Like, again, I'm cool with it. But just, people saying stuff, then they don't know. So, that's why sometimes you just have to put it on the record. So now, if people say it, it's not necessarily because they're ignorant. It's just because that's who they want to be. And I'm comfortable with that. Because to me, you know what I'm saying? If you ignorant, you don't know something, okay, you didn't know. But once you know, and you still keep spreading the lie, it's not that you want to be ignorant. You want to be my enemy. There's no big benefit to being my enemy. I don't do nothing to my enemies. They just be out there enemizing. That's fine. That's fine. But, at least I know where you stand on it. It's like, oh, she didn't know. Like, no, she knew. She was just out there doing what she do. So that, that makes a difference. At least in my mind, it does. All right, y'all. That's it. I felt like I wanted to get that out because it popped up. And I don't even know why it popped up. I don't know. I mean, I know why it popped up because my name was tagged in it. But, I don't know how the subject came up, but I figured I'd address it. Again, still not angry with anyone. Still not angry with anyone. All right, y'all, I got to get out of here. Like I said, I got a 6 o'clock. I want everybody to enjoy your day. Again, I will not be here tomorrow. I will not be here tomorrow unless this appointment is canceled again, which I don't think it will be. There was a good reason for it to be canceled. Tria says somebody tagged you. No, I mean, my name was mentioned. James Muhammad mentioned my name. Like, they let Emanuel Livingston, and, when you put somebody's name and you tag them, that kind of tag. That might not be the right terminology. But, so it popped up. Somebody mentioned you. And then I went to it, and that was what I saw. So I want y'all to enjoy yourselves. I want y'all to get out and enjoy this heat. Y'all can hate all y'all want. I like the heat. I like the heat. I'm down here sweating a little bit. Glistening. Get out and enjoy this heat. And if you don't do nothing else, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time. I'm out, y'all. Peace.